Thanks for joining us at Right On Replicas, where we bring you the best scale model kit reviews on the planet. This review covers the AMT release of the 2008 Chevy Corvette convertible as the Indy 500 pace car replica. It was released in 2008, and it was all new tooling then, but it can still be found on the markets such as eBay or online auctions, or even in some of the larger hobby shops. It's kit number AMT 816. Now it's a skill level 2 kit for ages 10 and up because it does have decals, and you'll get 40 parts molded in black, chrome, and clear with vinyl tires, metal axles, and screws, along with water slide decals. It comes with a typical fold-out instruction sheet from AMT, and this is what we call a curbside kit. It has no motor and simplified assembly, and it's a one step above a snap kit. The interior is nicely detailed, and it has a finish that doesn't require painting because you would lose the factory look. The chassis has everything molded in, and the body is separate parts but can be fully assembled and painted prior to final assembly. Overall dimensions are length 7.5 inches, width 3 inches, and height 2.5 inches. Here's my version of the open box review. I could pick up every piece and sprue and talk about the parts, but after all, that won't help you build the kit. In our version, you'll get to see everything that came out of the box in 15 seconds or less. Here are the decals for this kit. As you can see, they're very colorful and the registry is good. I strongly recommend using some decal setting solution to make it fit those contours. But as always, use the manufacturer's safety and use guidelines when using any of the products mentioned here in the review for your own protection. For most of the construction, I use Model Master liquid cement and sometimes a slow setting tube glue, but other adhesives are used too for strength like super glue and white glue for clear parts. Mostly the paints are Tamiya acrylic bottle paints that are shot through an airbrush, or rattle can paints that can be used for things like primers. Now grab these parts out of the kit, and construction will start by adding the decals on the dash, steering wheel, and the seats. Now grab the tires and the wheels out of the kit, and note that the front and rear tires have a slight difference in size. Make sure that you keep those straight and in the proper locations. Also note that these are directional tires, and you'll have to pay attention to the direction of the tread. So follow the photo here and just slide a rim into each tire so that the tread goes in the right direction on the car. The red circle here on the right indicates the copyright script on the frame, so detail and paint the chassis as you see fit with the different colors of steel and aluminum shading. The brakes are steel with gold calipers, and add the exhaust tips and paint the exhaust steel colored. Now the tires are added to the axles with the brakes in place, and if you want, remove the copyright script and give that a little flat black or semi-gloss black to match the chassis, and now you have a rolling chassis to build the rest of the car on. Gather these parts and finish the interior by installing the seats, shifter, and door panels. The column, wheel, and the dash are then installed and added into place, and then install the interior onto the chassis pan. We can assemble the body prior to paint, so add the hood, the front and rear bumpers and mirrors, and then wet sand the whole body and check over for blemishes. Once you're finished, wash it off and let it air dry before priming it with a good even coat inside and out. The 2008 pace car was the 30-year commemoration to the 1978 model, which featured mostly silver on black, and this one was painted in the reverse of that. So I used a metallic black gloss paint to finish that. After your base coat cures, you can put the decals on your model. I would suggest you use plenty of warm water and start with the largest decals first to position them, and once in place, use a soft cloth to squeeze out any bubbles, and then finish it off with some setting solutions that are available on the aftermarket. After you've gotten your decals in place and let them dry overnight, give the car a clear coat to seal in those decals. Use a semi-gloss black and paint the frame to get it ready for assembly. Grab these parts, and for the glass pieces, I actually dip those parts into Pledge Floor Care. When applied to both sides and allowed to wick off and dry, it really makes the windows look clearer and cleaner. Now, once it's dry, you can place the windshield inside the body with some white glue or some clear part cement to put it into place. Add the decal to the top of the window, and we'll finish up the front end. First, the fog light bezel and the headlights are painted silver, and then they get installed, and then the lenses are installed over those, again with some white glue or clear part cement. Gather up the tail lights. They come in a clear transparent styrene, so paint them with a transparent red and let them dry. I wanted to personalize my car, so I printed out my logo as a license plate with an inkjet printer on plain paper, covered it up with some clear tape, trimmed it and cut it for size to install it onto the back end along with the taillights to finish up that back end. Now we can add the body to the chassis. Note the arrows here. Slide the body into the chassis into the body, starting at the back end and then angling it down, spreading the sidewalls out a little bit to snap it into place. Well, there you have it. If you're looking for a slump buster or something to build with a youngster that's trying to graduate from the snap kits, this is the model. It looks great, and really all you have to do is paint the body and the chassis. It's a great weekend diversion, and the parts fit just fine. Now, there's not a lot of detail. It's a simple build, but the interior has a texture on the parts that look almost like real leather and vinyl. So I just left it as it was. Really, all you have to do is paint the body, and then it's not for high detail, but you can have a great time with this kit, put it together in a short amount of time, and it looks just beautiful on the shelf. I say it's exactly what you need for a quick weekender. We hope you liked this premium quality step-by-step review, and so that you don't miss any more, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. But you can find us on Facebook and also at our website, www.rightonreplicas.com. Thanks!